Hello parents, this video is going to be about making tens. You should know that there is a relationship between addition and subtraction, and when we make landmark or friendly numbers, and when we make tens, we're going to be using landmark or friendly numbers, and that can be a number that is a multiple of 10, and that is most likely what a landmark and friendly number is, but it can also be a multiple of 5. So those numbers include 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, so on. But they are most likely numbers that end in 0. So for the first strategy, we will be using add-ins to make tens. And when we do this, we will start with this problem. 7 plus 5 plus 3. So we will start with 7 and 3, because we know 7 plus 3 equals 10. And since we have an extra number, or an add-on, which is the 5, we will add the 5 to the 10 to get 5 plus 10, or 10 plus 5, to get 15. So we know that 7 plus 5 plus 3 equals 15. It's all about steps. And then for another problem, we can do 9 plus 5 plus 1. We already see we have a large number, a 9. And we know 9 plus 1 equals 10. 9 plus 1 equals 10. And we have another 5, an add-on. That one goes like this. 5 plus 10 equals 15, or 10 plus 5 is 15. For another strategy, we can use making tens to make using 2 pairs. So using 2 pairs. So we have 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 2. And this one is so obvious right now, because we know already 4 plus 6 equals 10, and 8 plus 2 equals 10. So 4 plus 6, 8 plus 2. And then we have to add up those tens. So we do 10 plus 10 equals 20. So 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 2 equals 20. And then another problem we can do is 9 plus 5 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1. So let's separate this out. A 9 plus 5 is not going to be an easy friendly number to make. So what we're going to want to do is put the 1 and the 9 together to get a 10. So 9 plus 1 is a 10. And then 8 plus 2, easy. Just because we already know 8 plus 2 is 10. If we were to put the 5 and the 2 together, that wouldn't really be a friendly number. And then the 5 and the 8 also wouldn't be a friendly number. So you want anything that ends in 0, like I said earlier. And now we do 10 plus 10 together to get 20. But we also have this extra 5. We haven't added that in. So let's add that to the 20 to get 20 plus 5 equals 25. So 9 plus 5 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1 equals 25. The third strategy would be to decompose the numbers to get to make a nicer number or a smaller number to work with, because sometimes children can't add up a 13, so you might want to break it down to be 10 and 3. For example, let's start with 9 plus 5 to get 9. Sometimes we might want to should start with like a smaller number just so it'd be easier to break down. And there's so many different ways we could break down numbers as long as it equals that number that we're breaking down. So we can do 5 and 4, or we can do 5 and 4, which would break down the 9, or we could do 4 and 1, or we can do 3 and 2. But for decomposing, you want to make sure you just manipulate one number. That would be the easiest to remember. So let's break down the 5 to get 1 and 4. Because if we were to break it down to 2 and 3, it wouldn't really make a nice number to add it to the 9. If we were to have 2 and 3, we would get 9 plus 2, which is 11. That's not really nice to work with. Or we would get 9 plus 3, which is 12, and that's also not really good to work with. So already we see we have a 9 and a 1, and that's a 10. So 9 plus 1 equals 10. And then we have 10 in the leftover 4 here. And it's 10 plus 4 equals 14. So that was an easier one. Let's do a number that we already have, where we would have to break down again, or that has already been broken down. So let's do 7 plus 3 plus 4. And if we were to add the 3 and 4, that would be 7. So those would be 7 plus 7, which are doubles. And doubles are pretty friendly to work with also. They're just easy as well, even though they don't end in 0 or they're not a multiple of 5. So we already know we have a 7 and a 3 to get 10. And then we have the 4 left over. So let's do 10 plus 4 equals 14.